Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and right now we are sitting admiring the partial handiwork that I managed to do in the last video. So I spent the last video trying to figure out how to do some really neat and nifty detailing just in a short section between Carnforth and Macclesfield, actually between this tunnel on this side of Carnforth and up to the junction coming up at Macclesfield, or the station near Macclesfield. So that is what I managed to do in the last video. Now in this video I'm not going to be doing further detailing because obviously I think that took 1 hour, just that short stretch. So it's such a lot of work that needs to be done that, you know, at this point in time perhaps it isn't the best thing to do. Hello, smoke. It isn't the best thing to do at this point in time. Obviously I want to try and make some progress, but this sort of detailing will be happening later. So in this video, unfortunately not a time lapse, though I wanted it to be. I have just not had the time to do it. I'm going to see how quickly I can build a line over to Litchfield. So we're going to be going from Earley to Litchfield in this video, and then hopefully in the next video, thank you autosave, hopefully in the next video we should be going from Litchfield to New Romney, and that should be the entire that section of the track, or that section of the network should be completed. So make sure you stay tuned, let's get started and let's see exactly what I can do. Right, so here we are in Earley, which is getting rather busy, but you can see it isn't yet in the way that I want it to be. Obviously there is a lot of building that is going to be going on. However, today's focus is going to be on the railway. So what we are going to have to do is we're going to have to break some of these tracks, or some of these, sorry, not the tracks, the fencing. And Litchfield is out in, what is it, roughly that direction, but unfortunately there is a whopping great hill in the way. I was going to say mountain, it isn't, it's just a whopping great hill. Now I do not particularly fancy taking the railway straight through the hill, though it could work. I think that isn't how we would do it. We would try and find an alternative route. So there are two ways to go. Either I can peel around this side of the map, or the more favoured approach I think is to peel around this side of the map and then end up in Litchfield there. And the reason that is a more favoured approach is, one, you do not want to be here on a railway and just looking out at nothing, so aesthetically that's better, and two, I think that the approach through here is probably a little bit shorter than the approach around this way, so I think that is a shorter route. So that is what I'm going to do. Also, I think it's somewhat flatter. Now the first question of course is, where do I peel this off from? Because if I'm going that way, what I could do is I could peel off from somewhere along here and run it along. That would be something I could do. Although that being said, it may not be the best thing to do that. The best thing may be to just peel off directly from here and try and get it going out in that direction, or even just perhaps here and try and get it going off in that direction. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to try and figure out where I need to realistically go. So obviously we're going to have quite a cut in places. I think I want to take it along this one and then perhaps turn it in. We're probably going to have a small tunnel here, and it can pop out along here, maybe another little tunnel there, and then if we can bring it along here, just trying to work out. So we have this area where I need to perhaps fill in the rest of the farms. In fact, let me go ahead and do that now so that we have a better idea. obviously all of this is something that needs to be looked at and considered. And please, if you have suggestions, do leave them. I do read the suggestions. I have been reading them, and I do appreciate very much these suggestions, even if I do not implement all of them for one reason or another. Either, you know, I think it is unfeasible, or it will take far too long and will distract from the series, or something like that. Those are often the most likely reasons for it. Now, I was going to consider doing a farm here, because I think I will just fill that up with trees. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There we go. No, go on. Nice and easy. I'm considering whether to give this slightly more room around here, because occasionally I've been looking at this. I'm thinking when it comes to road upgrades, it might want more room, and if it does, I haven't really catered for that at this point in time. So going forward, I might be giving these a little bit more space. So there we go. So that is that part done. Now what I can do is just put in some random farms. I say random. There's always a general pattern to what I'm doing. So I could put in a farm along there and another one along here, which then does not quite do that. Maybe just that. Like so. Do I want to split that farm in two like that? Probably not. I want to keep that as it is. We've got additional areas here, so let me try and do something along the lines of this. We can have a couple of small farms there, and then I'll have a larger farm here with a slightly raised field, it seems. That's a fairly big farm, so again, do that. That's fairly large as well. I'd like to split that into two. I'm going to split that into two in a strange way, and I think that can go like that. That one can go along there. That ruins that. Why does it do that? I see no reason for it to do what it just did. That's strange. Very, very strange. Okay, well, instead of doing that, I'll just bring it up right near it instead of connecting directly to it. There we go. There's the farms in that area done. Actually, I would like this one to connect along here. This would be an interesting. There and there. So that looks like that is part of that. That can stay like a large farm. That can stay like, I say like a large farm. It is as a large farm. And then this one, I think I will put a line straight across here. There, splitting that farm up like so. Okay, awesome. Right, now that that has been completed, this area is all going to end up being trees. So I can actually remove all of this because I want to turn this into trees. And then I suppose, could I remove this? In theory, I can probably remove that too. There we go. Okay, back to what I was doing. So we're looking to bring it along here. Could I split it there and then cut through here? And see, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to go on a diagonal route, but I see no alternative. Looks like the diagonal route is the only way through this. because we've had plenty of those where, you know, we go through. Let me show you. For example, here you can see we're trying our best not to cut through things, but occasionally we do end up going diagonally through, for example, that field there, and even this field here. I haven't even completed this area. So I'm just trying to work out what the best option is here. And also, I think, did we do that to West Mersey? No, we did not. Did we do that anywhere else? Yep, here. We went diagonally through fields, and we've ended up changing the way the fields are quite significantly. I think it's probably the best way to do this. Let's go ahead and get a station in Litchfield, first of all, and then we'll work from there. So where can the station in Litchfield go? I'm thinking this is a good spot for a station. Just here. So if I were to go ahead and try and put a station in at 160, is 160 watts we're using? I thought it might have been 120. It is 120 meter stations we're currently using. So let's go for 120, go for a red one. And put it in about here, I'm thinking, with 2 tracks. And let's do a let's do a vanilla one, takes it all the way along, that's fine. So looking out towards where the railway is going to be coming in from, that looks about right. If I do that, and we can have a, well, we'll have Station Road, won't we? That is generally the name of the roads we have. So if I do that like so, give a space for expansion 2 should we need it, and I will put in the first street for this. This is welcome to Station Road. That could even connect out that way, but I think theoretically we probably want this to go out this way to begin with. There we go. Station Road it is. And then we can put the bus station right near it as well. Perhaps if we do something along the lines of this, we may be able to sit a bus station in between here. In fact, that's just made me have a really good idea. It gets rid of that, and I go ahead and let's say, so we're going 36 meters that way, sure, and we'll go, I think, slightly less than 36 meters in this case, probably 34 meters that way. Why would you have a bump like that? I have no idea, but then I can try and do this. 1. No, go on. 2. And if I just continue that road, in this case, the road will continue up to there. In this case, will the road continue? The road will continue up to there. And then another road like that. That isn't at the right angle. Like that. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Delete those two. Try again for a perfectly straight path. Okay, awesome. And then within here, if theoretically possible, and if not, this is going to be a bit of a disappointment. And of course it is a bit of a disappointment. Oh, I can just throw that in the middle, can't I? Hang on a minute. Not so much of a disappointment, because I can just put this junction in, and if I put this as one loop below, and then put it far enough away that I could, if I wanted to, have 2 loops above and space. Or I make this a little bit longer. I make this just a little bit longer and then fit this bus station in. See, the bus station does work. It's just doing that. In fact, I'm not against that. Thinking about it, that isn't too bad. I don't know what pullouts are. No idea what the pullouts are there, but oh, pullouts might be additional stops. Could I get away with that? Let's have a look. I mean, it is something. It certainly is something. Potentially not something that Litchfield needs in and of itself, but there is its bus station. If it grows massively, and we want further expansion, then perhaps that will be a good idea. So there we go. Okay, that can stay there for now. I'm not entirely keen on it. Next up is figuring out how we go about doing the tracks. So the first thing I'm thinking is we go through here. Oh, but we have these roads to cross somehow. So where do we go to cross these roads? See, now theoretically, if I had thought that through, I should have put the station on this side. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to move the station around too much. That's going to be a nightmare if I do that kind of stuff. Let's bring the speed limit to the station at 40 or 50. Let's do 40 miles per hour, and it is going to be single tracks for now. And we'll have double track, but eventually it will. So we want something going like that. So the first thing is first we need to take that out, and then we are double tracking. Now how does it look if I try to go flat on this? Okay, theory. What's the height here? 63, 66, 67, right, okay. Where does it go up or down? Over here it goes up very quickly. I'm looking for a spot where perhaps we can... No, I think we are going to just have to take the level crossings, which is fine. Absolutely fine. I'm not too fussed about that. If there was a way to avoid it, I would have, but there isn't, so I'm not going to worry so much. Now it's just a matter of where I cross. I think I think the best place to cross will be get across this, through this, turn it in, and try and cross here. That looks like the best place for me to cross. So that is what I'm going to do. So we've got double track out of Litchfield, which is fine at 40 miles per hour. We will then start. Should I do that? Should I not? Condition of multiple vehicles is poor. It's fine. I think that is enough double track. Let's bring ourselves down to some single track now as I prepare to cross. So we'll do that, and then that. There we go. Might as well signal along whilst I am at it. So there's that signal, because we know we need a signal there for sure. And then I'll take that out, and right, swing it around this way a little, break through there, because I think I keep pressing the wrong button. That looks like a good angle. That looks like a very good angle. And then break those two. Again, the wrong one. And across we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now we need to just try and get over this side. So if I go ahead and look at where I need to break things, if I break these two, take it through there, and then okay, could be a problem. That's fine. So that can go that way. It looks like the concept of doing a diagonal run is unfortunately the only way to do this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go through areas where perhaps it's the corner of a farm, so we can split the farms up half and half, and then perhaps the same farm owner can have both parts of the farm or whatever it is. And we will do this. Actually, let's turn this a little, because now I think is a good time to start doing exactly what is happening now, which is that we have a little bit of a cut. And we're going to try and keep that going all the way through, because this should lead, hopefully, should lead to a tunnel. This isn't going to tunnel, is it? All this will do is just cause us some grief. Let me try. No, stay. That's low. See what happens. Oh no, it will tunnel. It will definitely tunnel. Okay. That's fine. As long as we do this, it is. That looks like it will definitely tunnel. There it goes. And where do we want this to pop out, though? That is the big question. So at this point, where it hits the tunnel, we are at, what is that, 67? Where do we get back down to 67? Not until way out here. It's going to be a massive tunnel, which is something I'm not keen on. But the tunnel can and should potentially have a slight incline to it. So I'm not too against that. It's a nice little tunnel, isn't it? I say it's a nice little tunnel. It has holes in the tunnel. What's the point of that? And now somehow I've pushed the tunnel back. I have no idea how I just did that, but okay. Let's try and find a tunnel that doesn't have any problems with it. Oh, there we go. That will work. Very narrow tunnel. Okay, so we're going to continue tunneling straight under here, but with an uphill. This is almost a kilometre of tunnel. Not something I'm keen on. I'll be honest. Not something I'm keen on at all. It just seems like far too much tunnel there. But maybe this is all we've got. I suppose a kilometre of tunnel, if a train ends up... I'm not sure. Let's leave the kilometre of tunnel. Let me know in the comments box. Do you like the kilometre of tunnel, or is it just far too much? And now we begin our turn towards Earley. Not so much. I'm going to try and keep that flat. Yeah, I think keeping that flat is going to run well. Because, there we go, as I suspected, it should pop up. And we're heading roughly in the right direction. Really just not keen on the way I'm cutting through these again. So I want to do that. I'll have to clear that little bump up, I think. Or are we going to end up with another tunnel? No, just a massive cut, which actually isn't too bad. Thinking about it, that isn't too bad with the plans that I want going forward. So let's do that. Try and keep that as flat as we can. There we go. Instead of going up and down a hill. And then, well, how do I can cut it across there and then there. Okay. Not too bad. Keep pressing the wrong keys. What does that do? Puts it up on a slight embankment. Again, I'm not against it. It is something that we do see in the real world, in Britain. You see the embankments. And I really want to be... I do not want to be turning. Well, I do need to be turning, but perhaps at an angle more like that. So again with the wrong keys, can I try and break through this section like so? Then we've got a road. This is where This is where I think the embankment may actually come in handy. So I do that, and providing the road does dip down, which it certainly looks like it is, I may just get away with this. I'll keep that flat. Now, why can I not have that as a bridge? Because honestly, having that as a bridge would work. See, that's too hard. I can do that as a bridge. I've done it before, so I'm going to try and do it again. I have done this before. I do not need it to go up that high. How is it that I've done this before? What did I do? Is it no, is it control? How do I've done it before where I've clicked to try and lift the entire I cannot remember how to do that now. Okay, well, I'll see. But I know for a fact that I can have a bridge here. And the bridge does not need to be that high. I've had a lower bridge than that. So I'm just going to do that for now. But I will be looking at bringing that, sorting that out and bringing that down. Thank you, autosave, for reminding me just how far into the video I am. That means that is about half an hour. And then we've got to connect it up to here. Once the autosave's completed whatever it needs to do. Well, the saving. And then, somehow, it goes down. I say somehow, actually, pretty easily, it goes down where it needs to be. So, gets rid of that, gets rid of that, gets rid of that section, and essentially down we go. There's a bit of a lift there that perhaps I want to avoid. Maybe bring that down as well. Try and adjust this curve. We'll try and sort that out in a moment. I'm going to do that again. For now, just out from here. Out from here. So let's go to assets and remove. And take out all of that fence. Why does it remove the pillar before it removes the wire? There we go. So that's all of that fence out. And now there's our junction. That right there is a junction, very, very easily completed. Keep it flat up to that point, and double tracked up to that point, and then let's use just one of the tracks to lift it over. And get annoyed by this. Why is it being so annoying about it? Surely it does not. I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. Right. So how do I do this? What? That was slightly too high. Okay, fine. If it wants to perhaps do that, then what if I just do this and then do that? Will it take it? It does. It just seems too high. What's up all of these bridges? So many different types of bridges. I like that one. Perhaps in this colour? Sure. But again, just too high, too high. I'm going to have to figure that one out. But again, that's also going to have to happen off camera because that is just going to take far too long. Just trying to figure this one out. There. Sure. Not entirely sure actually. No, that is all it will accept. So there we go. So we've got that, and we can double track. Let's say I'll double track up to here, and then 19 miles per hour. What was that it just did? And then there. It's a fair amount double track there. We've got some double track there. And that is happily connected to Earley. So what I could do if I wanted to is bring the fence back, which I think I will do now. So fence, which one is it? It was this one and this one. And so that, no, y-axis. Yes, it was the y-axis. And I will do... Oh wow, why is it slightly off now? Oh, I know why. It's this way, isn't it? Must be. The face looks like it's on the wrong side. Oh, now it's on the right side. Maybe it wasn't 2.5, maybe it was 2? 2 seems too close. Interesting. Okay, well I'm just going to do this anyway. And arc up to about here and then finish that. Okay, just to ensure that that is properly done. And this one is going to be a little bit difficult, so I will try and do one from here. Yeah, this one doesn't like it. Does not like it at all. So I will, I guess, do this one manually. There we go. That's not too much of an issue. Did that one manually, job done. That doesn't look too bad. I think that does work pretty well. This still looks rather nice. I do like the way I've done this setup, but again, maybe not as detailed. Oh, I forgot I put a farmhouse here. Perhaps nowhere near as detailed as, in fact, guaranteed nowhere near as detailed as this section. This just is a different level of quality, I think, and that is an example of how I want everything to be eventually. So now that we have our line, maybe we should start putting some of the bits and bobs back in. So farmland and the like. I think this area is pretty much a no-go. This one can be something. So is it one that over here and you? I think this one can be something. There we go. So we have a new farm in there. This triangular section, I'm not entirely sure. Let me know if you think that something should go into there. And I think for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create this all the way up. Congratulations, you now have a much larger farm. Except I say much larger farm. No, you do have a much larger farm. It's just, for some reason, this is now being very, very awkward about these things. That can go up to there. That section is no longer exists. I'm not sure what to do about that section. Again, similar for this corner. This one looks like that could still function as a farm. So I'm going to give it the ability to be a farm again. There we go. And all the way down, I think, to here, we have the ability to have farms. There to there, across here, connects up to that, and then I will smooth this one out a little and connect that across there. This one can connect across there, so we have another farm there. Another farm there. That farm is an odd shape now, and in fact that is what I can do for this section. This one not so much, but this section I can, because there is another farm right next to it. I can go like that. I can then come along here. It's a little bit of space from the railway. Connect it up like that, and then do a farm split. Here you go. There. Now things have just been completely rearranged in this area. In fact, that farm's probably a bit too... These two farms can probably just stay like that. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. This area, again, same sort of concept. I can bring in the farm along there. Actually, could I just do... I will do that. And then, there we go. We'll just take it all the way along here, right up to there. That's fairly good. And then on this side, similar concept. We're going to bring it down to about there and then run it up to there. In fact, that just worked in one go. So I'm quite happy with that. And then split. I'll split it there, and that looks okay. For this side, same thing. We'll have that run closer, I guess. Right up against it. And there, right up to the top. Yeah, we need to make some adjustments here. There we go. Now I can, I guess, redesignate the farmland like so. It doesn't look too bad. There. Couple of new farms. New styles, new farms. That is looking pretty good. We still have a few more to go over here. This one is pretty easy though. All we've done is we've just cut the farm back just a little. So this one is really quite simple. All I've got to do is that is literally it. Like that, and then connect these up once again as they were before. So not an issue there. That one was pretty much a non-issue. No idea what I'm supposed to do here with the... should I put a farm here? Should I not? I have no idea. Over here, again, not entirely sure what to do in this section. This section looks good because what I can do is I can have a little bit of space again. I'll have it follow the railway line. So this person's farm moved to follow the railway. There you go. And then in like that, then a straight line like that. That doesn't look too bad at all. Again, I guess I could do the same here. Say, well, look, this person's farm moved to follow the railway as well, like that. And then, oh, could I instead of doing this, connect this up like that? Have it. So that's a bit of a larger gap, but that kind of works there. We could put some trees in there. I think that is taking shape. Then we have the tunnel. That is fine. Then we have all of this area, which is where things are a little bit different. So first off, yes, we'll bring this up there. And then I'm going to just leave a little bit of space off the embankment to do this. Because I have an idea with this embankment as to what I would like to do. Then I can connect that up down here. There we go. Pretty easy. This one can actually go up there now. So we have a farm space there. That's another farm there. And then this one connects up like so. Perfect. On this side, we take that back. We then go ahead and again, we're going to look at how this is created. So we'll come down along here. A little bit of space. Watch for the dip, of course. This area is a depression here. Go across there. Continue along. Leave this larger gap. The reason we leave the larger gap is because it's going to end up double track, and probably there is a chance, depending on how it pans out, that the whole thing will end up double track. So I want to leave some gaps. Look at me planning ahead. Just when do I do that? And then that looks like that. This is pretty awesome because you're up here and you can see another railway going off in that direction, which looks pretty neat. So you can have a railway here and a railway there. And that is quite nice looking, I think. Anyway, let me know if you think it looks good, or do you think it just looks stupid? Hopefully it doesn't look stupid, but you never know. Right, similarly here, we need another one. Like this, going across like that, and then we need it to go up the hill and join up the top here. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Now, with regards to this, we could certainly do this. That one works fine for me. And then over here, again, we can just... I have a feeling this was never done properly before, so now that I'm doing it properly, I've just opened a little bit of this up. Yeah, I think I didn't do this properly before. This is probably because I did this before I had the ideas of the public rights of way. So now we actually have that, which looks a little bit better. And then on this side I can do the same thing. So I'll do that, and then I'll do that. Apparently not. That. Break that, and then just run a straight line right the way to the end. There. And that's just changed up the paths as well. What I could do is I could try and dip this down and create a little tunnel. That would be interesting, but I do not think Transports Fever at this point in time has the ability to do that. If it does, please let me know. I might have just missed it or messed up. One or the other. Or both. I often do both. Right. Along here, along here. Yep, sure, you can connect up there. Why not? And then for you, you go along here and then... Oh, no. There we go. Along there, and connects up. Sure, you can. Yeah, you can connect up there, and then this farm disappears. This one goes straight up. This one comes straight down, and then this one goes straight across. Maybe. Yes, and then you go there. And then this area was never figured out anyway. There we go. That's that section done. And just missing a little bit here. You connect up there, and you connect up there. And up here as well. I haven't done any of this section. Right, how am I going to do this? You are no longer a farm. You are no longer a farm. You've been demoted. You need to turn around pretty sharpish so I can do what I need to do here. And that is that. And then I want to somehow get that going. Right, it needs to come down first. And then somehow I need to get it going back up and connects up to that. There we go. Not too bad. I do need to fix this little bit up. So, and then what? Do you just want to connect up? What if we did this and this? And then had... Can we get away with that as a farm shape? We can. We certainly can. And now let me try and fix this mess. So there to there. That's smoother. It's a little bit smoother. Yes, that is smooth. It doesn't have that bump in the middle now. Okay. And then lastly, I guess this one's no longer going to be a farm. I'm not sure what I'm going to do up there though. So from here, we can bring it around like this. Give it some space still. Let's give it some space along there, across there, and now we go back up the embankment, up the terrain where the actual place cuts through. So where it cuts through, then we do that. I'm going to try and connect this up whilst I can. I'll give it a little bit more. Ooh. Okay. I'm not sure why it's doing that. There we go. Like so, and then I can break that. So I'm just fixing these up whilst I'm at it. I'm just fixing these up. I might as well. Because otherwise, what's the point of actually doing this if I'm just going to leave them as they are as I come across them? there and there, I guess. Sure. And then lastly, this bit here, which can then have that. And that is all of it done? I think it is. So there's our new route. Obviously without any of the detail, just the farm detail back in, or the farm shapes back in, going from Litchfield over to Earley. So last thing I'll do is let me put in the crossovers here and here. I will also put in the speed limits. That isn't it. Where's the speed limit stuff? Is it that one? There it is. I'll put in the speed limits for this, so we know. Although obviously we do know already, but that is 40, and I'll put the same over here just in case. This is also 40. What exactly is the speed limit over here? That's not it. 50. There we go. So that is a difference. And then this, you come up on here and say, hello, that is now 50. Yep, that looks pretty good. And just to ensure that there's no confusion, I will put a 50 sign here as well to avoid the confusion. There we go. So that people know, yep, it's 40 going that way, not this way. Although realistically what I should have is I should have a sign that says 40 with an arrow, but I do not think I can do that. No, I cannot. Okay, I think that should bring me quite nicely to the end of this video. I'm just trying to think of a location where I can get a decent screenshot, which might just be here, I think. This looks decent. Or do I take it from much further back? That goes into trees. Just pause it. Just in case I want the train in this. If I can get the train in, that is. Now we're just going all the way back to here. Okay, maybe it needs to be here then. Maybe this does. In fact, that isn't too bad. It isn't great, but it isn't too bad. That's a bit too close. 55. Sure, let's do that as the screenshot for the junction. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. As I said in the next video, the plan is hopefully to get this from Litchfield over to New Romney, thus completing the network. Leave a comment in the comments box below, let me know what you think. I do apologise for not being able to do this as a time lapse, that's the word. It was just I was just not able to do that, not able to record in that time frame. Hopefully this week I do get a chance to do that, and then we can have a time lapse next week building us up to New Romney and also potentially detailing some of this area. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series.